Kiss and Tell is the second segment of the ninth episode of the eighth season of Arthur. And this one's a little bit peculiar because it starts off with Emily, DW's friend, telling DW about the boy who kissed her when she went to France. And I thought that's a little bit peculiar because she's, what, 4 years old? But nevertheless, the story moves on, and DW is instantly jealous because she thinks that if you get kissed by a boy, you will become a princess, as the fairy stories often go. And she becomes obsessed with the idea of being kissed by a boy. And initially, the Tibbles think that she's going to go after them. And there's actually this really amazing bit where the Tibbles walk past, I think, DW's yard, and they see DW talking to herself. We, as the viewer, know that she's talking to Nadine, but of course, Nadine being imaginary, the Tibbles say something like DW's talking to herself again, and I don't know. It amused me a lot. And the episode is about DW trying to get one of the boys in her class to kiss her because she thinks she'll become a princess. It is a little bit uncomfortable. I think, 4 years old is maybe a bit too young to be thinking about boys kissing you, even if it is just to become a princess. So it's a little bit uncomfortable at times. But generally speaking, I think also young children, if they think they're going to become a princess or a prince, the motivation there is generally understandable. It's definitely not my favourite episode. As I said, there were moments that felt a little bit awkward and a little bit uncomfortable. But again, there were moments like the Tibbles moment that I thought was actually really funny. And I guess a spoiler from now, I'll give a small spoiler for what DW admits at the end. At the end of the episode, DW realizes that being kissed by a boy is not all it seems to be, and she actually declares that she'd much rather go and do cannonballs in the pool with the Tibbles. And I thought that was a lovely kind of way to bring things back into focus and show what should really be important to 4 year olds. I think she's 4, she could be 5. Um, and I just thought that was really something I hadn't expected, and I think it worked very well for them to say, actually, you're young, you shouldn't be worrying about this. Go and have fun and do cannonballs in the water with the Tibble twins instead. So it kind of, the uncomfortable moments kind of came back around and said, actually, these shouldn't be there. This shouldn't be something you're thinking about. Go and have fun instead. And it just kind of helped to round everything off. Definitely not a bad episode. May not have been my favourite, but it was interesting enough.